Want to speed up your language learning? Get access to all of our best PDF cheat sheets for free. Just click the link in the description and sign up for your free lifetime account right now.
I'm from Hanoi, the capital of Vietnam, and which is the north. So I've lived there for like my whole life. I just moved out 2 years ago, almost 3 years ago, and now I'm living in Ho Chi Minh City, which is the south of Vietnam. So I have to say that my taste is very northern. Like I love northern food. I love the taste there. But since I moved to Ho Chi Minh City, I have different experience about the southern food, the local food. So today I share you some differences between the food in the north and the food in the south. In the north, we prefer to have the natural sweetness of the ingredients. So we don't really put so much seasoning or too many different ingredients, but instead we prefer to enjoy the real flavor of the food, of the ingredients. And food in Ho Chi Minh City, which is the south of Vietnam, I feel like here they like to have a lot of seasoning, a lot of ingredients, a lot of oil. They put a lot of sugar and oil in the dishes. Now let's talk about the eating habits. There are some very typical cultures in Vietnam. For example, when eating, we use the chopsticks instead of using fork or knife. But we use chopsticks and spoons. Also, when eating, usually when we start eating, young people in the family will address old people in the family to show respect. We say something like, have a good meal or bon appetit. So in Vietnamese, you can say, con mời bố mẹ ăn cơm. So I address my parents, con mời bố mẹ ăn cơm. So from the north, people would prefer to have dinner together at home, but from the south, people will go out for eating. So that is the big difference between the northern people and the southern people. Now it's the best part. Let's talk about 10 famous dishes that you don't want to miss in Vietnam. Let's start with the number 1, pho. Pho. So you must have heard about pho a lot when talking about Vietnamese food. So we have chicken and beef pho, phở gà, and phở bò. So chicken pho and beef pho. I would say pho is from the north. I'm not sure if it's from Hanoi or Nam Định, but it's from the north. So it's very sweet, the natural sweetness of the meat and the bones, and also the combination between some noodles, some soup, some meat, some onion, some spring onion, and a little bit of chili sauce and fish sauce and lime. And it's the best breakfast ever. The best. I can eat pho every day. I mean, every day. Next one is bánh mì ba tê. Bánh mì ba tê. So I think you know about bánh mì. It's famous, it's popular everywhere in the world, and there are many kinds, many versions of bánh mì. But it's also like the inspiration for Miss Universe. She has a bánh mì custom when going to the competition, and it's very funny. But I have to say that bánh mì is like the symbol of Vietnam. So we have bánh mì ba tê, bánh mì chả, bánh mì trứng, bánh mì thập cẩm, bánh mì heo quay, bánh mì xá xíu, many kinds. So don't forget to try one bánh mì when you are traveling, when you are walking on the road. It can be easily found everywhere. Bún chả. Bún chả. Bún chả is one of the best dishes that every foreigners love because It's easy to eat, it's tasty, it's light, it's healthy, and it's just delicious. So usually bún chả is made of pork. I can't only think about the other versions of bún chả, but this is pork, and they chop the meats. They mix with some seasoning and they grill it. And the fish sauce is the key point of the dish. Okay, you have to mix some fish sauce and some sugar, some vinegar, garlic, peppers. You have to boil it a little bit to make it to make all the flavors go well together or something. And then you eat with noodle, with the rice noodle, which is bún. So bún is the noodle and chả is the meat. Amazing. Soy. Soy is sticky rice, and you know, maybe you know mango sticky rice from Thailand, but in Vietnam we have also many different kinds of soy. So we have soy thịt, so sticky rice with meat, but they cook very well. They slow cook for a long time. The meat becomes very soft, very tender, very juicy, but very tasty. And we eat with sticky rice. So also we have soy mo from corn. So it's like corn sticky rice. Soy xéo, soy gà, soy chả, soy pate, soy a lot. But for me, sticky rice is a little bit hard. It's a little bit heavy for breakfast. So usually I eat sticky rice for lunch, or it's like in the middle of the day. Name is from the north, but from the south they say chả giò. So this is one of my favorite dishes because I can cook it. So this is a combination of vegetables, carrot, meat, some glass noodle, some onions, some pepper, some spring onion, some other vegetables, some dry shrimps, some mushroom, and they mix all of them together. They put it in the rice cake, and then they roll them, and after that they fry it. So it will be very crunchy outside, but very soft and moist inside. And you have to make a sauce to eat with noodles. So usually we eat nem with bún chả. So we have bún chả, bún nem, or yeah, that's it. And this nem is always on the plate of holiday, public holiday, especially Tết, Lunar New Year. Bánh cuốn. So the special thing about this dish is it's very light, and you can either eat for breakfast, for lunch, for brunch, for snack in the afternoon, and even for dinner. So it's very flexible, and the key is also the sauce, the fish sauce. So we have bánh cuốn Thanh Trì, bánh cuốn Hà Nội, bánh cuốn Tây Hồ. Usually it's like the name is from where the bánh cuốn is made. Bún riêu is like a kind of noodles that you eat with Vietnamese crabs. So the Vietnamese crab is very small, like this. Not that big, so very small. So they will make it. They will, how to say, smash it, the crabs, and then when it becomes very small, they will use water to filter the water, and then the meat of the crab will come out from the shell, and then they cook the soup with that liquid, and it becomes very, very sweet, the natural sweetness that I told before. So after that, they put some tomato, tofu, onions, probably beef, or depends on your taste. They will put ingredients, and then you eat with noodle. And the soup is amazing. It's very, very, very sweet. It's very light. It's very healthy as well, and it's just tasty. Bún đậu mắm tôm. So this is a tricky dish because not so many people can eat that. The key is the mắm tôm. Mắm tôm. Mắm tôm is like the sauce from shrimp, not from fish, not fish sauce, but we have shrimp sauce. So it smells really, 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 really strong. And if you are sensitive with smells, with strong smells, like you can't eat durian, so you better be careful before you taste this. When you can't handle the smell, the combination of noodle, fried tofu, and the shrimp sauce, it just so tasty. It's too good to resist, because once you get familiar with that, I think like you will get addicted. So nowadays we have some other kinds of protein to eat with bún đậu mắm tôm, because before, when we were very, very poor, our parents or maybe grandparents designed this dish to handle the hunger. So now it becomes very popular because it's also a traditional dish of Vietnam. Bún bò Huế. Bún bò Huế. So this is one of the dishes from the center of Vietnam, which is Huế. So bún here, it's also a kind of noodle, and bò is beef. So this is basically from beef and beef bones. The soup is very tasty. It's very sweet. It's very, very sweet, and also because it's from the center, so they put some sugar, I guess. Also, they put some gingers and some other kinds of herbs that I'm not sure the name, because usually the soup is the secret, the key of the dish. So bún bò Huế. Bún bò Huế. Last one I'd like to share is like the most popular dish in Ho Chi Minh City, which is cơm tấm. Cơm tấm. Cơm tấm is everywhere. It's like they can eat for breakfast, they eat for lunch, they eat for dinner, they eat anytime. And it's very healthy, it's very light, it's very cheap. It's only around 25,000, which is $1, and you can have a box of cơm tấm. And it's good for like half of a day, so I think it's very convenient.
Before we start, the word personality in Vietnamese, we say tính cách. Tính cách. Or there is another word which is cá tính. Cá tính. Similarly, if you want to talk about a person who has very strong personalities, you can say người có cá tính mạnh. Người có cá tính mạnh. Người có cá tính mạnh means the person who has very strong personality. For example, if you want to talk about yourself like I am a kind of person or I am a person, then you can say tôi là một người. Tôi là một người. Tôi là một người. For example, tôi là một người vui vẻ, tôi là một người kiên nhẫn, tôi là một người blah blah blah. That is talking about yourself. How about we talk about a third person? Then you can say cô ấy là một người. Cô ấy là một người. For she. And anh ấy là một người. Anh ấy là một người. For he. Okay? So là is to be verb. Một is one and người is person. Một người means a person. And in Vietnamese, if you want to say she is a beautiful person, you will not say cô ấy là xinh đẹp một người, but instead we say cô ấy là một người xinh đẹp. So remember the word order in Vietnamese, the adjectives will go after the noun instead of before the noun. Now is a fun part. I'd like to talk about some positive adjectives first because there are so many good people out there and I want to talk about their personalities. If I forget something, don't forget to remind me in the comment below, okay? But first, let's talk about a very nice personality that I really like, which is to be positive. So in Vietnamese, you can say tích cực. Tích cực. Tích cực. For example, she is a very positive person. Then you can say cô ấy là một người rất tích cực. 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 That means she is a very positive person. How about the opposite of positive? You can say tiêu cực. Tiêu cực. Tiêu cực means negative. Anh ấy là một người rất tiêu cực. Anh ấy là một người rất tiêu cực. Anh ấy là một người rất tiêu cực. That means he is a very negative person. Okay? So, tích cực and tiêu cực. Thông minh. Thông minh. Thông minh means intelligent or smart or clever. Thông minh. And the opposite of thông minh is ngu ngốc. Ngu ngốc. Ngu ngốc means stupid. Chăm chỉ. Chăm chỉ. Chăm chỉ. Chăm chỉ means hardworking. Cô ấy làm việc rất chăm chỉ. Cô ấy làm việc rất chăm chỉ means she is a hardworking person or she works really hard. Cô ấy làm việc rất chăm chỉ. And the opposite of chăm chỉ is lười biếng. Lười biếng. Lười biếng. Okay? Chăm chỉ, lười biếng. Trung thực. Trung thực. Trung thực means honest. Trung thực. And the opposite of trung thực, you can use the word giả dối. Giả dối. Giả dối. Hài hước. Hài hước. Hài hước means funny, and we don't really have the opposite word in English, right? So also in Vietnamese we don't really have it. It's just you're not funny. So you can say bạn chẳng hài hước gì cả. Bạn chẳng hài hước gì cả. That means you're not funny at all. Lịch sự. Lịch sự. Lịch sự means polite, and the opposite of polite is impolite, right? And in Vietnamese you can say bất lịch sự. Bất lịch sự. Bất lịch sự means impolite, and you can also use the word but as a prefix. So you can put before some words, for example, đồng quan điểm means we have the same opinion or we agree with something. But if you say bất đồng quan điểm, that means we disagree to each other. Bất đồng quan điểm. So we have lịch sự and bất lịch sự. Năng động. Năng động. Năng động. I really like this word because I really want to be a dynamic person. So you can say in Vietnamese, tôi muốn là một người năng động. Tôi muốn là một người năng động. Kiên nhẫn. Kiên nhẫn. Kiên nhẫn means patience, and the opposite of kiên nhẫn is impatient. And in Vietnamese you say thiếu kiên nhẫn. Thiếu kiên nhẫn. thiếu kiên nhẫn. Thiếu means lacking or missing. So kiên nhẫn and thiếu kiên nhẫn. Vui vẻ. Vui vẻ. Vui vẻ is a happy word and it means happy as well. Vui vẻ. But the opposite, I don't really know what word to use, so you actually can say buồn bã. Buồn bã means sad. Buồn bã. So vui vẻ và buồn bã. Mạnh mẽ. Mạnh mẽ. Mạnh mẽ means a very strong or tough person who never gives up or who always wants to try. So mạnh mẽ. Mạnh mẽ. The opposite of mạnh mẽ is yếu đuối. Yếu đuối. Yếu đuối. Tử tế. Tử tế. Tử tế means kind, a kind person. And if you want to say kindness, you want to change an adjective to a noun, then you can just put one word, sự. So kindness will be sự tử tế. Sự tử tế. Sự tử tế. Okay? So also you can use, for example, intelligent and intelligence. Intelligent is thông minh and intelligence is sự thông minh. Sự thông minh. Tốt. Tốt. Tốt means good, a good person, and you can use tốt for everything, for things, for people, for situations, for whatever you want. And the opposite of tốt is xấu. 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 Xấu means bad, but also means ugly. Okay? Xấu. Đầy năng lượng. Đầy năng lượng. Đầy năng lượng means energetic. She's a very energetic person, then you can use cô ấy là một người đầy năng lượng. Cô ấy là một người đầy năng lượng. And the opposite of energetic, which is low energy. So in Vietnamese you can say thiếu năng lượng. Thiếu năng lượng. Thiếu năng lượng. Thiếu here means lacking or missing something. Thiếu năng lượng, that means low energy. Dũng cảm. Dũng cảm. Dũng cảm. Dũng cảm means brave or very strong as well, or courageous. Dũng cảm. And the opposite of dũng cảm is nhút nhát. Nhút nhát. Nhút nhát means shy. Nhút nhát. Dũng cảm. Nhút nhát. Nhiệt tình. Nhiệt tình. Nhiệt tình means enthusiastic. Nhiệt tình. And we don't have the opposite for this word. We just say không nhiệt tình. That means not enthusiastic. Không nhiệt tình. Okay? Nhiệt tình and không nhiệt tình. Hào phóng. Hào phóng. Hào phóng. Hào phóng means generous. But the opposite of hào phóng, you can use the word keo kiệt. Keo kiệt. Keo kiệt. So keo kiệt is a little bit formal, but if you want to use it in a funny way, or if you want to nicely blame your friend that they're not generous to you, so you can use ki bo. Ki bo. Ki bo. Ki bo is also means the same, but it sounds lighter. It sounds less serious, and it's like a nicely blame. Okay. Also, we have some negative feelings or negative personalities that I want to share with you. For example, for a rude person or very impolite, you can say thô lỗ. Thô lỗ. Thô lỗ means rude. Thô lỗ. The person who is always overthinking or who is always making things more complicated. Then you can say người hay suy nghĩ. Người Hay suy nghĩ. Hay suy nghĩ means they think too much or they overthink. And also, for example, someone is always overreacting, then you can say phản ứng thái quá. Phản ứng thái quá. Phản ứng thái quá. Now, this is my question for you. What kind of person do you think you are? Then in Vietnamese you can say bạn nghĩ bạn là một người như thế nào? Bạn nghĩ bạn là một người như thế nào? Bạn nghĩ bạn là một người như thế nào?
In Vietnamese, it's very easy to tell from Monday to Sunday because you only have to remember numbers. And also one more word, thứ. Thứ. For days. For example, thứ hai. Thứ hai means Monday. Thứ ba. Thứ ba. Okay, and next, thứ tư. Thứ tư. Thứ năm. Thứ năm. Thứ sáu. Thứ sáu. Thứ bảy. Thứ bảy. And the last one, Sunday, we have another word for that. Chủ nhật. Chủ nhật. Okay, so from Monday to Sunday, only one word, thứ, and the numbers. Only for Sunday we have a specific word, and you will know how to learn how to say from Monday to Sunday. Tuần means week. Tuần. Tuần, right? And tuần sau means next week. Tuần sau. Tôi sẽ đi du lịch vào tuần sau. Let's speak a little bit about grammar. So here you will see I'll use the word sẽ before đi du lịch. So in Vietnamese, you only use the word sẽ before the verb, and it will be in the future. One more time. Sẽ. So here you will see that the tone is dấu ngã, and you will have to pronounce very clearly to make this sound correctly. If not, it will sound like dấu sắc. Now let's make some sentences using days of the week. So you also can see the sentence structures, okay? Thứ hai là ngày đầu tuần. Thứ hai là ngày đầu tuần. Thứ hai là ngày đầu tuần means Monday is the first day of the week. Thứ ba. Thứ ba. Thứ ba ngày mùng 1 tháng 3. Thứ ba ngày mùng 1 tháng 3 means Tuesday is the 1st of March. Thứ ba ngày mùng 1 tháng 3. So if you notice, you also will see March here is tháng 3 means number 3. So we only use the word tháng before the number. Then you also can count calendars, can count months. Thứ ba ngày mùng 1 tháng 3. Thứ tư. Thứ tư. Thứ tư tuần này tôi được nghỉ. Thứ tư tuần này tôi được nghỉ. Thứ tư tuần này tôi được nghỉ means this Wednesday I can take a day off. Thứ tư tuần này tôi được nghỉ. Thứ năm. Thứ năm. Mỗi khi đến thứ năm tôi lại có cảm giác gần đến cuối tuần. Mỗi khi đến thứ năm, tôi lại có cảm giác gần đến cuối tuần. Means when it comes to Thursday, I feels like it's going to be weekend. Thứ sáu. Thứ sáu. So here, these two words has dấu sắc. So you have to go up and you have to make it very clearly so it will sound correctly, differently with dấu ngã. Okay? Thứ sáu. Hôm nay là thứ sáu đấy. Bạn đã có kế hoạch gì chưa? Hôm nay là thứ sáu đấy. Bạn đã có kế hoạch gì chưa? Hôm nay là thứ sáu đấy. Bạn đã có kế hoạch gì chưa? Today is Friday. Do you have any plans? Thứ bảy. Thứ bảy. So this word is a little bit hard to pronounce correctly because it has dấu sắc and dấu hỏi. Thứ bảy. Thứ bảy. Thứ bảy. Tôi sẽ về thăm nhà thứ bảy tuần này. Tôi sẽ về thăm nhà thứ bảy tuần này. Tôi sẽ về thăm nhà thứ bảy tuần này. I'll visit my family this Saturday. So here you will see this Saturday means thứ bảy tuần này. That means the Saturday of this week. So tôi sẽ về thăm nhà thứ bảy tuần này. Chủ nhật. Chủ nhật. Chủ nhật tuần này bạn có đi nhà thờ không? Chủ nhật tuần này bạn có đi nhà thờ không? Chủ nhật tuần này bạn có đi nhà thờ không? Are you going to the church this Sunday? Now let's talk a little bit about other days. In English we have yesterday, today and tomorrow. Let's see how we pronounce them in Vietnamese. First, let's talk about the past. Hôm kia. Hôm kia. Hôm kia means the day before yesterday. Hôm kia. There is no tone in this word, so you can just raise your voice like in the middle of all sounds. I know that some people told me that the no tone in Vietnamese actually is a little bit higher. The tone is a little bit higher than English. I think it's because of the voice, the general tone of Vietnamese is higher. So try one more time. Hôm kia. Tôi gặp Linh vào hôm kia khi tôi đang đi siêu thị. Tôi gặp Linh vào hôm kia khi tôi đang đi siêu thị. So you will notice that even this sentence I talked about the past, but also we don't have to conjugate the verb in the past. Tôi gặp Linh vào hôm kia, so gặp here means meet. I met her in the past, but you don't have to say tôi đã gặp Linh. You can just say tôi gặp Linh vào hôm kia. Then people will understand that it's in the past. Also, you will see the word đang means I'm doing something in the present, but you can use it for the past continuous as well, which is the present in the past. So, khi tôi đang đi siêu thị means at the moment I was going to the supermarket. So, one more time. Tôi gặp Linh vào hôm kia khi tôi đang đi siêu thị. Next one is yesterday. So in Vietnamese you can say hôm qua. Hôm qua. Tôi đã nói chuyện với sếp hôm qua. Tôi đã nói chuyện với sếp hôm qua. So đã here is representing for the past. You only have to put the verb after the word đã, so it will be in the past. Tôi đã nói chuyện với sếp hôm qua. Next one is hôm nay. Hôm nay. Hôm nay means today. In sentence, you can just easily say hôm nay là sinh nhật tôi. Today is my birthday. Hôm nay là sinh nhật tôi. Hôm nay là sinh nhật tôi. So là here is to be verb, and in Vietnamese it's very easy when you use the verbs because you don't have to conjugate for the third person or singular or plural. You only have to put the verb after the pronouns, then it's fine. Hôm nay là sinh nhật tôi means today is my birthday. Next one is ngày mai. Ngày mai. Ngày mai means tomorrow. Ngày here is dấu huyền and mai here has no tone. Ngày mai. Ngày mai. So to say see you tomorrow, you can easily use three words. Mai gặp nhé. Mai gặp nhé. Mai gặp nhá. So means tomorrow I'll see you. And actually the word nhé here has no meaning in Vietnamese. We usually use this word at the end of the sentence to say maybe it means is that okay? Mai gặp nhé. See you tomorrow, okay? Something like that. Mai gặp nhé. Okay, so last one I'd like to share with you is ngày kia. Ngày kia means the day after tomorrow. Ngày kia. So dấu huyền and no tone. Ngày kia. Ngày kia rảnh không? Qua nhà em ăn tối nhá. Ngày kia rảnh không? Qua nhà em ăn tối nhé. Means are you free the day after tomorrow? Let's go to my place and have dinner. Ngày kia rảnh không? Qua nhà em ăn tối nhá. So sometimes when we talk with close friends, we don't have to say, are you free tomorrow or are you free after tomorrow? Because it's not really necessary. Either ngày kia anh rảnh không or ngày kia rảnh không is fine. Hello everyone, my name is Linh and welcome back to VietnamesePod101.com, the fastest, easiest and most fun way to learn Vietnamese. In this video today, I'm going to share you guys 6 tones in Vietnamese, and I think it's a very, very important topic because it's the most important thing when you learn Vietnamese. When you use a different tone or when you use the wrong tones, it will be a completely different meaning. And it decides your pronunciation, it decides your accent, and it decides how good you are when learning Vietnamese. So let's get started. First, let's talk about no tone, which is the tone that has no name, something like that. So you will see a lot of words like that in Vietnamese. And basically the no tone in Vietnamese will be a little bit higher than the usual tone that you speak in English. So that's why when you hear Vietnamese people or even me speaking English, you will feel like their tone is a little bit too high. I'm not sure. So let's try some words in Vietnamese. So my name is one of the examples. Linh. Linh. It will be like this. Linh. Linh. Okay? Next one is a very common word. Không. 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 So you feel the tone? Không means no. And also it'll be in a negative form of the verb. For example, không ăn. Không ăn means don't eat. Không đi means don't go. So không. Hay means good, or it also means often. Hay. Hay. So hay không means is it good? So this is a yes no question. When you put the word không in the end of the sentence, it'll be do you, or are you, or can you. But in this situation, hay không means is it good? How do you feel? This is the easiest tone that you can easily practice because it has no tone, but I think compared with English, it's a little bit higher already. Okay, so now let's move to the next tone. Dấu sắc. Dấu sắc. This is the up tone, and as you see in the word dấu sắc, they are both have dấu sắc, the sắc tones, but actually the sounds are very different, right? Dấu is a little bit softer, and sắc is a little bit sharper and stronger. So there will be two tones when using dấu sắc, like that. Dấu sắc. Now let's take a look at the words. Since talking about dấu sắc, I'd like to review a little bit about days. Thứ hai. Thứ hai means Monday. Thứ hai. So hai here means two and means day two. So Sunday is the first day, right? And from Monday we say day two. Thứ hai. Thứ ba means Tuesday. Thứ ba. Thứ tư. Thứ tư. Thứ tư. Thứ năm. Thứ năm. Thứ sáu. Thứ sáu. Okay, so you will see both dấu sắc and không dấu in one word. Thứ năm. Thứ năm. How do you feel? How do you feel the difference? Thứ năm or thứ sáu. So they both have dấu sắc. Thứ sáu. Thứ sáu. Okay, clear? Now let's try another word. Máy bay. Máy bay means airplane, an airplane. So they also have dấu sắc và không dấu. Máy bay. Máy bay. Now let's talk about dấu huyền. It's a down tone. Dấu huyền. Dấu huyền. So you will see dấu huyền has dấu sắc and dấu huyền. Dấu huyền. Đi về. Đi về means coming back. Đi về or đi về nhà. Đi về nhà. So đi has no tone and về nhà have dấu huyền. Okay? Đi về nhà means going back home. Đi chùa. Đi chùa means going to the pagoda. Đi chùa. Đi chùa. Ngoài đường. Ngoài đường. Ngoài đường means outside or on the road. Ngoài đường. Đi làm. Đi làm. Đi làm means going to work. Do you see a little bit different between the no tone and dấu huyền? Đi làm, đi làm. Next one is dấu hỏi. Dấu hỏi. Try again. Dấu hỏi. Hỏi. Okay, clear? Hỏi. But when we speak faster, it will be dấu hỏi. 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 Okay, now let's take a look at the words. Cởi mở. Cởi mở. Cởi mở means open. She is very open. Cô ấy rất cởi mở. Cô ấy rất cởi mở. Phải. 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 So we have trái, rẽ trái, right? And phải, rẽ phải. Phải is right. Turn right on the right side. Phải. Của tôi. Của tôi means my or mine. The possessive. Của tôi. Của tôi. Okay? Các bạn có thích video của Linh không? Do you like my videos? Dấu ngã. Dấu ngã. Ngã like singing, right? Dấu ngã. Dấu ngã. Dấu ngã. Ngã means to fall. Means I'm falling. But actually I'm falling in love doesn't mean that tôi ngã, okay? No, ngã means you're falling when you're walking. Ngã. Also one word is đã. Đã. Đã means the simple past. So when you want to talk about the past, we don't have past continuous, we don't have simple past, we don't have present perfect. You can just put the word đã before the verbs, then it's fine. Đã ăn, I ate. Đã uống, drank. Đã ngã, felt. Đã ghê. Đã ghê means it's so cool, it's so good. Đã ghê. Uống nước lạnh, đã ghê means drinking cold water is very cool or very nice or very good. Đã ghê. Mãi mãi. Mãi mãi means forever. Mãi mãi. How to put this one in sentences? Let me see. Em mãi mãi yêu anh means I love you forever. Em mãi mãi yêu anh. It's so. Okay, never mind. Okay, last one. Dấu nặng. Dấu nặng. So nặng here means heavy, and yes, this tone is a little bit heavy. It's a little bit strong, and you have to put like dấu nặng. Dấu nặng. Nặng. How does it sound? Is it weird? So don't feel funny when hearing Vietnamese people speaking English, because our pronunciation or our accent is influenced a lot by our tones. So that's why when we speak Vietnamese, it will sound a little bit heavier than people from other countries. So nặng. Đi bộ đội. Đi bộ đội means joining the army. Đi bộ đội. Đi du lịch. Đi du lịch. Đi du lịch means to travel. Tôi rất thích đi du lịch. Tôi rất thích đi du lịch. Tôi rất thích đi du lịch. Okay, so also just it's likely dấu sắc. It has two tones. In dấu nặng, it also has two tones. Like đi bộ đội, it's one tone, and du lịch, it's the second tone when using dấu nặng. First, let's talk about the word color. In Vietnamese, you can say màu sắc. Màu sắc. Màu has dấu huyền and sắc has dấu sắc. So, two different tones. Màu sắc. But also you can say màu. Then people will understand that you are talking about colors. Bạn thích màu gì? Bạn thích màu gì? Bạn thích màu gì means what color do you like? But it literally means you like color what? So you will see that the sentence structures in English is different with in Vietnamese. Sometimes it's opposite, right? So for questions in general, like what colors, what things or whatever, you can just put the word gì in the end of the sentence. Then it will be like, for example, màu gì means what color. Đường gì means what street. Or cái gì just means what. Okay? Bạn thích màu gì means what color do you like. So also, for example, if you ask about something else like bạn thích hoa gì, it means what flower do you like. Okay, so now let's talk about the two different tones, which is the dark tone and the light tone. So in Vietnamese, you can say đậm for dark or strong color. Also, you can use đậm for strong flavor. And for light tone or light color, you can say nhạt. So đậm. And the opposite, nhạt. Tôi thích tông màu đậm. Tôi thích tông màu đậm. Tôi thích tông màu đậm means I like dark tone color. Dùng màu nhạt sơn tường, nhà bạn trông sẽ rộng hơn. Dùng màu nhạt sơn tường, nhà bạn trông sẽ rộng hơn. Dùng màu nhạt sơn tường, nhà bạn trông sẽ rộng hơn. Here means using light colors to paint your walls. Your house will look larger. Dùng màu nhạt sơn tường, nhà bạn trông sẽ đậm hơn. Okay, so now let's talk about different colors in Vietnamese. I'd like to talk about black first, okay? In Vietnamese is đen. In sentence, màu đen luôn đem lại cảm giác sang trọng. Màu đen luôn đem lại cảm giác sang trọng. Màu đen luôn đem lại cảm giác sang trọng means black always feels luxurious. Next one is white, màu trắng. Or you can say trắng. So when you pronounce TR sound, it sounds similar with TR in English, like train or trees. So trắng. Màu trắng luôn tạo cảm giác trẻ trung và tươi tắn. Màu trắng luôn tạo cảm giác trẻ trung và tươi tắn. Màu trắng luôn tạo cảm giác trẻ trung và tươi tắn. Means white always feel young and fresh. Xanh lá cây. Xanh lá cây. Xanh lá cây means green. So màu xanh lá cây khiến ngôi nhà trông mát mẻ. Màu xanh lá cây khiến ngôi nhà trông mát mẻ. Màu xanh lá cây khiến ngôi nhà trông mát mẻ means green makes the house look cool. Đỏ. Đỏ. Here the tone is dấu hỏi, so you have to pronounce very carefully. Đỏ. Đỏ. Okay? Anh thấy cái váy màu đỏ này thế nào? Anh thấy cái váy màu đỏ này thế nào? Anh thấy cái váy màu đỏ này thế nào? So here you will see thế nào means house. And in general, you will use question words in the end of the sentence instead of the beginning of the sentence. Anh thấy means you see cái váy màu đỏ này, this red dress, and thế nào? Anh thấy cái váy màu đỏ này thế nào? Tím. Tím. So the T sound in Vietnamese you will pronounce more stronger and sharper, like tờ. Tờ. So it's not t in English, okay? Tím. Tím. Khi còn ở Philippines, tôi đã từng thấy hoàng hôn màu tím. Khi còn ở Philippines, tôi đã từng thấy hoàng hôn màu tím. Khi còn ở Philippines, tôi đã từng thấy hoàng hôn màu tím. When I was in the Philippines, I have seen a purple sunset. Also in this sentence, you will see that I have seen, which is the present perfect, but in Vietnamese we don't have present perfect tense. So I only use đã, which is for the past. Đã từng thấy means I have seen for experience in English, right? But in Vietnamese we just put the verb in the past tense, then it will be fine. Vàng. Yellow. Vàng. Hôm nay tôi mặc một chiếc váy màu vàng. Hôm nay tôi mặc một chiếc váy màu vàng. I'm wearing a yellow dress today. Hôm nay tôi mặc một chiếc váy màu vàng. Okay, so yeah, because today we talk about colors, so I'd like to be a little bit colorful. And màu vàng. Màu vàng. So chiếc váy màu vàng means a yellow dress. So you also see that in an adjective we will put after the noun. We don't put after. We don't put before the noun like in English. Chiếc váy màu vàng. A dress yellow. Chiếc váy màu vàng. Okay, so don't say that màu vàng chiếc váy like in English. Chiếc váy màu vàng. Hồng. 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 So if you can shape your mouth like that, I think it'll be easier for you to pronounce Vietnamese. Hồng means pink. Con gái thường thích màu hồng. Con gái thường thích màu hồng. Con gái thường thích màu hồng. Girls usually like pink. Con gái thường thích màu hồng. Nâu. Nâu Brown. Nâu. Tôi thích màu nâu vì trông nó sang trọng. Tôi thích màu nâu vì trông nó sang trọng. Tôi thích màu nâu vì trông nó sang trọng. Okay, so here you will see vì is because. Trông nó, it will be more common when you say trông nó sang trọng rather than nó trông sang trọng, like in English, like it looks classy, because that is just a common way to say in Vietnamese. Tôi thích màu nâu vì trông nó sang trọng. Ghi, ghi. So the GH sound you will pronounce like g g g g g in your throat. G g g. Ghi, ghi. It's great, okay? And mùa đông mọi người thường hay mặc màu ghi. Mùa đông mọi người thường hay mặc màu ghi. Mùa đông mọi người thường hay mặc màu ghi means people usually wear gray in winter. So I had a video talking about frequency in Vietnamese. We talk about always, usually, normally. So thường here mean usually. Thường. Mùa đông, you can also say in winter, but if you say winter only is fine. Mùa đông mọi người thường hay mặc màu ghi. Mùa đông mọi người thường hay. Okay, so first let's talk about the currency. In Vietnam, we use Vietnam đồng, which is VND, and $1 is 22,500 Vietnam đồng. So usually we make it around 21 or 22, but because we have too many zeros, so a lot of foreigners, they get confused when they first come to Vietnam. Usually the way we use in Vietnamese is we leave the last 3 zeros. For example, 22,000 Vietnam đồng, we will say 22. Or 100,000 Vietnam đồng, which is around $4, less than $4, we will say 100. That's how you can manage. That's how you can recognize the value of money in the Vietnam đồng. Okay. Alright, so first coming to Vietnam, then of course you have to care about the accommodation. So let's say you don't have a place to live in Vietnam, so the best way to stay is to rent a house or an apartment. Depends on your budget, right? But for me, I think the rate for local people is slightly cheaper than the rate for foreigners, because usually foreigners, they would prefer to stay in probably big building with service or with management or with security or parking lot, something like that. I would say depends on how large the apartment is or how large the house is, then it will affect the rent. So for me, I moved from Hanoi, I moved to Ho Chi Minh City, and I rent a place around 6 million Vietnam đồng, which is around $300, probably less than 300. And I don't have to pay for any management fee or internet or something. So it includes everything except water and electricity. Okay, so for foreigners, usually I see my coworkers, they rent around $400 or $500 an apartment, a big one. Okay, so for the rent, something like that. And the rent in Vietnamese is tiền thuê nhà. Tiền thuê nhà. Thuê here means to rent. Nhà is the house and tiền is money. So tiền thuê nhà is the rent. So there are many kinds of bill, right? For example, water bill. So you can say hóa đơn, tiền nước. Hóa đơn, tiền nước. Hóa đơn here is bill, tiền is money, and nước is water. Hóa đơn tiền nước. Or you have to pay for tiền điện. Tiền điện means electricity bill or electricity money. Tiền điện. Okay, so we have three big things: tiền thuê nhà, tiền điện, và tiền nước. For me, where I stay in Ho Chi Minh City, I have to pay 100,000 Vietnam dong, which is around $4 a month for unlimited water. But for electricity, it'll be around probably 200 Vietnam dong or 300 Vietnam dong, depends on how much electricity I use. So if some months are very, very hot, I have to use the AC a lot, so it will be around 700. It's like $35, something like that. One more thing you have to pay for is the internet and the Wi-Fi, right? So you can say tiền internet. Tiền means money. Tiền internet or tiền mạng. Tiền mạng. Mạng here is a network. So tiền nhà, tiền điện, tiền nước, tiền internet. Alright, so before renting, usually in Vietnam, they will ask, the landlord will ask for 1 or 2 months deposit, depends on how long you stay. From the north, usually the landlord will ask for 3 months minimum. But in the south, they will ask for at least 1 month, only that. So landlord is chủ nhà. Chủ nhà. Chủ nhà. And the deposit money is tiền đặt cọc. Tiền đặt cọc. Tiền đặt cọc. Now let's talk about food. In Vietnamese, đồ ăn. Đồ ăn. Đồ ăn. And also for drinks, you can say đồ uống. Đồ uống. Đồ uống. So ăn is eat and uống is drink. For local food, it's very, very affordable. I have to say that. So usually you can easily find a bowl of rice or a bowl of noodles or any kinds of noodles in Vietnam with around 30,000 or 40,000. That is cheap, okay? 30 or 40,000. So local food, đồ ăn địa phương. Đồ ăn địa phương. We have many kinds of local food, which I will introduce in another video, so keep in touch. In Vietnamese, restaurant is nhà hàng. Nhà hàng. Nhà hàng. Or we have another common word, which is quán ăn. Quán ăn. And when you come to this kind of restaurant, it will cost around 100 to 150 each person. But of course, depends on how much you order, right? If you want to have a dating environment or if you want to go to a fancy restaurant, there will be unlimited price, okay? For example, for buffets, it probably costs around 350,000 Vietnam dong or even more, 500,000. And for seafood buffets or something like that, it will cost around 600 or 700, which is $35 each person. But also there are a lot of Western restaurants in Vietnam, especially in Hanoi and Ho Chi Minh City. And if there are real authentic restaurants organized by Westerners or something like that, or some foreign chefs. It'll be around 1 million a person, maybe more. But you will have like authentic steak or wine or alcohol, and everything is imported. So I think it's a good price. It's a good deal compared to going to other cities or other countries, because I've been to quite a few. But I have to say that living in Vietnam, especially, food is much more affordable. Okay, how about you are not familiar with local food, or you also want to have budget meal? So I suggest you to cook at home. You can go to the markets, chợ, chợ, or you can go to the supermarket, siêu thị, siêu thị, to buy food. And usually if you cook at home, it'll cost around 100 a day for probably 2 meals. But if you buy like Western food or Western ingredients, it'll be around 200, 300, depends on the budget. But if I cook, usually I cook for myself only, and it costs around only 100, and I can cook like for 2 meals, something like that. Alright, now it's an interesting part, which is drinks. I have to say beer in Vietnam is super cheap. You can easily find in siêu thị tiện ích, siêu thị tiện ích, it's convenience store, or supermarket, siêu thị, or anywhere. Any kinds of restaurants would have many kinds of beer. So usually if you buy it at siêu thị tiện ích, it will cost around 15,000 or 20,000. It's like less than $1. You can have a bottle of beer or a can of beer. And it's good. It's authentic, right? But if you go to a restaurant, nhà hàng, then you will have to pay around 30,000 or 40,000. Even more, depends on the restaurant. So a glass of wine, rượu vang, for a local restaurant, it'll cost around 70,000 or 80,000, which is $3. But if in a bar or in fancy restaurant, it might cost around 250.
The first one I'd like to share is the letter B, and in Vietnamese it's pretty much similar. So we pronounce B, B. The name of the letter is B, but actually you pronounce the same, okay? Like B. In examples, bánh mì. You know bánh mì, right? It's very popular in Vietnam, so you have to try that when you come here. Bác sĩ is a doctor, and the patient is bệnh nhân. Okay, so bờ. Next one is cờ. You will have to pronounce a little bit strongly. So it's pretty much similar to the G sound in English. Okay, cờ. For example, con cá, con cá, con cá, con cua, con cua. Con cua is a crab. Okay, so you will see that the C sound in Vietnamese we pronounce like the K sound or the G sound in English. Cờ, giờ. This one is very easy for me because it sounds like Z sound in English. Z. So I'm from the north, I'm from Hanoi, so my pronunciation would be Z. But people from the sound, they would pronounce a little bit differently. They would say ya, something like that. So let's see, in the examples, dặn dò, dặn dò. Dặn dò. Dặn dò means to remind someone to do something. Du lịch. Du lịch. Du lịch. Du lịch means to travel. So I like traveling. You can say tôi rất thích đi du lịch. Tôi rất thích đi du lịch. In Vietnamese, letter D, we have two Ds actually. One is Z and one is D. D. Okay? D. And I think this one is similar to D sound in English. D. D. But it's a little bit stronger. D. Okay? For example, đi. Đi means to go, or đi means let's go, let's go. Đẹp trai. Đẹp trai means handsome, and if you want to say he's very handsome, you can say anh ấy rất đẹp trai. Anh ấy rất đẹp trai. Letter G in Vietnamese we pronounce g. G. Okay, so it'll be like you goggling in your throat, like it's like that. G. G. Okay. For example, gọn gàng. Gọn gàng means very neat, it's very tidy. Gọn gàng. So căn phòng này rất là gọn gàng. This room is very tidy. Căn phòng này rất là gọn gàng. Next one is her. Her. So this one is exactly the same to English. Her. Her. For example, học hành. Học hành means to study. Hào hứng. Hào hứng. Hào hứng means very excited. Ca. Ca. So I think this one you can pronounce similarly to the g. G. And in examples, kính chào. Kính chào. For example, kính chào quý vị và các bạn means ladies and gentlemen. So usually we say kính chào for greeting someone in a formal way. Kính chào. Another example would be kem. Kem, ice cream. Kem. L. L. This one is similar to English. L. For example, my name is Linh, or lém lỉnh. Lém lỉnh. Lém lỉnh. You may hear also we have luôn luôn. Luôn luôn. This one means always, and we have a video talking about frequency already, so check it out. Mờ. 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 This one is similar to English, right? Mạnh mẽ. Mạnh mẽ. Mạnh mẽ means very strong or very tough. For example, you want to say she is very tough, so you can say cô ấy rất mạnh mẽ. Cô ấy rất mạnh mẽ. So rất here is not to be verb, okay? It's very strong or very tough. And in Vietnamese, sometimes we can chop to be verb. Cô ấy rất mạnh mẽ. N. 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 This one is also the same to English, right? For example, nói. Nói means to speak. Nói. Nóng. Nóng. Nóng quá, nóng quá, nóng quá, nóng quá. Cái này nặng quá. This one is so heavy. Cái này nặng quá. Pờ. 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 So this one is stronger than English. So I think that's the reason why that you will see Vietnamese people pronouncing P sound very strongly. So instead of saying P, we say B. B. It has to be stronger, really strong. B. But we don't really have many words started by P in Vietnamese. Okay, pin. Pin. Pin means battery. I can only think about that. Quờ. 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 This one is a little bit difficult and a little bit different because usually it doesn't stand alone. Usually this letter will go with U, little U. So, quờ. Quờ. Okay? For example, quý vị. Quý vị means like when you say ladies and gentlemen. Kính thưa quý vị và các bạn. Kính thưa quý vị và các bạn. Xung quanh. Xung quanh. Xung quanh means around. Mọi thứ xung quanh means everything around. R. R. Nowadays we don't really pronounce that strongly, but instead we say z. Z. Like chữ z. So for example, vegetables we would say rau. 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 But for carrots we still say cà rốt. Cà rốt. Cà rốt. Sờ. Sờ. So you will see that we have two the same sounds, sờ nặng và sờ nhẹ, which are S and X, but we will pronounce them similarly. So it's not like because this one is stronger and this one is lighter, so we have to speak differently, but we all pronounce them s, s, s. Saigon. Saigon. Saigon is the old name of Ho Chi Minh City. Saigon. Sau. Sau. Sau means after, and sau đó means after that. Sau đó. Now for the light S, you also pronounce sờ, okay? For example, xinh xắn. Xinh xắn. Xinh xắn means pretty. She's very pretty. Cô ấy rất xinh xắn. Tờ. 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 Okay, you pronounce this one, I think it's stronger, much stronger than the T sound in English. Tờ. Tờ. For example, tin tưởng. Tin tưởng. Tin tưởng means to believe. Tồi tệ. Tồi tệ means very bad or terrible. Tồi tệ. Alright, the last one I'd like to share is vờ. 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 Okay, so it sounds exactly the same to English. For example, vui vẻ. Vui vẻ. Vui vẻ means happy. She is very happy all the time. So you can say cô ấy rất vui vẻ. Cô ấy rất vui vẻ.
Xin chào. Xin chào. Xin chào. Okay, so here you will see one tone mark, which is the down sound. Chào. Chào. Xin chào. Xin chào. Xin chào. The X sound you will pronounce like S in English. Like the S sound in English. Okay, it's like in speaks. So xin, and the sound ch in chào you can pronounce like in champion. Chào. Chào. That is for very general situations. How about you want to say hello for some specific people? People who are younger than you, people who are older than you, people who are men or people who are women. So let's take a look. For example, if you want to greet all people who are younger than you, either a man or a woman, so you can just say chào em, chào em. How about with someone who is older than you? Then it'll be once a man or two a woman. So you can just easily say chào anh for a man who is older than you, and chào chị for a woman who is older than you. Chào anh, chào anh, chào chị, chào chị. What about for middle-aged people? People who are pretty much older than you, is like the same with your parents. So you can just say chào cô, chào chú, chào cô, chào chú. Next one I like to say is lâu rồi không gặp. Lâu rồi không gặp. Lâu rồi không gặp. This sentence means long time no see. So this sentence you can say with a friend, because there is no pronouns here, right? So lâu rồi không gặp. Lâu rồi không gặp. If you want to say it with someone who is older than you, and you have to put the pronouns here in this sentence. For example, lâu rồi không gặp chị. Lâu rồi không gặp chị. Lâu rồi không gặp chị. Or lâu rồi không gặp anh. Lâu rồi không gặp anh. Lâu rồi không gặp anh. Okay? Xin chào, lâu rồi không gặp. Bạn có khỏe không? Bạn có khỏe không? Bạn có khỏe không means how are you in English. This one also you can use for your friends, because here bạn is a friend. You here is a friend of mine. Bạn có khỏe không? How are you? This way is very common and very easy to say. You can say with anyone. But again, if you want to say with someone who is older than you and you want to show respect, then you must say chị có khỏe không for a woman, and anh có khỏe không for a man. Okay? One more time. Bạn có khỏe không? Chị có khỏe không? Anh có khỏe không? Now let's go a little bit faster. Bạn có khỏe không? Chị có khỏe không? Anh có khỏe không? Alright, so when you say bạn có khỏe không, actually it sounds very polite, right? And for very close friend, you can just say two words. Khỏe không? This is an informal way to say how are you? Or it literally means you're good, something like that. Okay? So now let's practice. Khỏe không? Khỏe không? Now, let's go faster. Khỏe không? Okay, one more time from the beginning. Lâu rồi không gặp. Khỏe không? Or chào anh. Lâu rồi không gặp anh. Anh có khỏe không? Có gì mới không? Có gì mới không? Có gì mới không? Có gì mới không means what's up or is there anything new in English? Okay, so có gì mới không, again you can use this one for friends, but if you want to use this one for anh or chị, you have to put the pronoun. Anh có gì mới không? Anh có gì mới không? Chị có gì mới không? Chị có gì mới không? Dạo này thế nào rồi? Dạo này thế nào rồi? Dạo này thế nào rồi? Okay, so this one means how have you been recently, or how are you doing? That's it. Again, with friends, no pronoun, but with people who are older than you, you must put the pronoun. Okay? Dạo này thế nào rồi? Dạo này anh thế nào rồi? Dạo này chị thế nào rồi? Now, let's go fast. Dạo này thế nào rồi? Dạo này anh thế nào rồi? Dạo này chị thế nào rồi? Ngày hôm nay của bạn thế nào? Ngày hôm nay của bạn thế nào? Ngày hôm nay của bạn thế nào? So, ngày hôm nay của bạn thế nào means how is your day? This is just something to say in general. Every day we meet someone, we chit chat and then we ask how's your day? Ngày hôm nay của bạn thế nào? So bạn here is for friends, okay? Friends only. And if you want to say with anh or chị, then replace the word bạn with anh or chị. Ngày hôm nay của anh thế nào? Ngày hôm nay của anh thế nào? Ngày hôm nay của chị thế nào? Ngày hôm nay của chị thế nào? Okay, so let's talk about grammar a little bit. Ngày hôm nay means today. Ngày hôm nay. Okay? And also you will say của bạn. It means your. Của bạn. So if you want to use the possessive adjective here, you can just put the word của before the pronoun. For example, của bạn, your, của anh, của chị. Still your, but for different people. Okay? Again, của. Rất vui được gặp lại bạn. Okay? This one means it's nice to see you again. Rất vui. Vui here means happy. Very happy to see you again or to meet you again. Rất vui được gặp lại bạn. Bạn here is for friends only, okay? And for anh, chị, rất vui được gặp lại anh. Rất vui được gặp lại anh. Rất vui được gặp lại chị. Rất vui được gặp lại chị. Okay, so now let's take a look from the beginning to the end. Okay, xin chào, khỏe không? Lâu rồi không gặp. Dạo này thế nào rồi? Rất vui được gặp lại.
Great work! Here's a reward. Speed up your language learning with our PDF lessons. Get all of our best PDF cheat sheets and ebooks for free. Just click the link in the description.